Okay, so this is going to be my addition to my episode 5 or 4 on the bulking and cutting. And that playlist is officially just absolutely fucked. There's absolutely no way you can do that in order. So, really, if you guys go back and watch those, don't expect anything to be in order because obviously I can't manage that. But I'm going to be talking about how to know whether you should bulk, cut, or just maintain when you're a beginner. And there's also body recomp. I'll cover that a little bit because I completely forgot to cover it in my bulking and cutting video. And let's cover that first. So body recomposition is you can really only do it when you're a beginner, and it's where you're able to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. At You can do that at any level really, but the way that it's done as a beginner is it has such a bigger impact. Like if you do it 5 years into training, you're not going to gain as much muscle as you lose fat. Like if you do it as a beginner and you can lose 10 pounds of fat and gain 10 pounds of muscle in that year if you have really, really good genetics. But 5 years in, you can't really gain that much muscle unless you're on anabolic. So you gain maybe a pound of muscle and you lose maybe a pound of fat or something. Can't really tell you because I haven't been training for 5 years, but a lot of people opt for that because it sounds pretty good. If you're more of a bigger person or maybe you're skinny fat or something, you want to lose the fat and gain muscle at the same time, great option. But if you're too small, you obviously can't cut because you'll just lose the muscle, and so you basically want to bulk. And a lot of people that are too small don't even care that they gain fat because usually, as I'm sure you know, since you're the person that's a hard gainer that most people in the gym would call you, you don't gain fat. It doesn't matter how much McDonald's you eat, like you just don't gain fat, and it's hard for you to gain muscle. So you can just shove food in your mouth and lift as much weight, and you'll be gaining muscle like crazy. And eventually you start to put on a little bit more fat as your metabolism kind of stabilizes and stuff. But people that are bigger, you want to. It's an option. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But if you're really really big and you want to cut down, because maybe your self-esteem or confidence or whatever, go for it. But as a person that wants to train people, I would always tell you to go for a body recomp or bulk first. I would never tell you to just gain fat. You do maintenance. Like I've explained this in the last video. You do maintenance and then you just kind of listen to what your body needs. If you need more food for that day, if you need less food for that day, you just kind of listen to whatever. Depends on how much you train, how often, all that good stuff. And you just build muscle. The thing about that is if you're not super like obese levels, like over 25% for a guy, around like 35% for a woman, then when you put on muscle, it kind of equals out. You start to see like the muscle would pop more and you look more toned. If you see what I mean, like the fat would get distributed around your body more evenly, I guess. It's just if you took a body and you had no muscle on it basically, and you put a bunch of fat on it and then you put the muscle, the body would look bigger, but it would look more built. You know what I mean? Like a powerlifter or a strongman, you'd see those guys. You can tell that they have a lot of fat, but they look huge and they look really strong, and they're, you know, and so you have the option to do that if you want to be a powerlifter or strongman. It's up to your personal choice, obviously. It always is. So I would never suggest when you start to go right into a cut or right into a bulk. Maintenance would always be really good, and then you can kind of feel out after a few months of training what you really want to do and what your goals are. If you find out you want to be a bodybuilder, then you probably want to cut because bodybuilders are usually really lean. Or if you're a smaller person and you want to bulk, you just want to gain as much pounds as possible, and that's what you'll do. So it's really just personal preference, and yeah, that's really all I had to cover in that. It's a really short video, almost 5 minutes long, but I just had to get out there that there's 3 options, not just 2, and how to know whether or not you should do it. If you're smaller and you want more size, bulk up. If you're bigger and you want less size, cut. If you don't really know what to do, just maintenance, build muscle, and then as you kind of figure out your training a little bit more, then you can do whatever you want, whether it be a cut or a bulk or whatever. And that's really all I got. The drill. Subscribe, like, comment, follow the Insta, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.